Hey, this is Ben Conway at Skeletron, and we've joined the Alliance. From the comic shop counters to the late night site, it's the thrill of the hunt, gotta make it mine. I'm out here searching.
This is Sir Dork, and I have joined the Alliance.
I'm raising the stakes. Action figure Alliance, yeah, we're bringing the noise.
Hey, it's Sean.
It's Audrey. I'm Brenda.
And we're Strut Family Crafts, and we've joined the Alliance.
Plastic in hand, we're playing no games. From legends to villains, yeah, I got 'em all.
I'm Adam from the Nameless Toy Company, and I've joined the Alliance.
Every line, every way, from the past to the new. It's a bond, it's a crew, we're the real Toy Zoo. Tear it through the package.
I'm Travis Moody from the Toy Kind of Mood, and I joined the Alliance.
Call it a phase, this ain't just a trend. These figures got history, they're my closest friends. Action figure Alliance.
I'm KJ, aka Black Genghis, and I've joined the Alliance.
On the base of the shelves, we're making a stand. This is our world, you don't understand.
I'm Extra Retro, and I've joined the Alliance.
Costumes in the works, we go all night. From the rarest grills to the two-out fights. Each one's got a story.
Well, I'm Jonathan from Nostalgia Unboxed, total idiot, but smart enough to join the Alliance.
With my action toys, collectors unite. We're breaking the chains, plastic in hand. We're playing no.
Hey guys, this is Ace, and Ramen Toy has joined the Alliance.
From legends to villains, yes, yeah, got 'em all. We're after legends.
Hey everyone, this is Chris Scott from Grindhouse Toys, and I'm part of the Alliance.
This is our prime. From legends to villains.
What's happening?
Hi, everybody. What's going on?
I was a little worried. There was still some more technical weirdness going on.
It wouldn't let us in the studio for some reason. Like EV
Yeah.
Mux is being weird. One week it's YouTube, the next it's EV Mux. So
We've been fine for
Yeah.
like so long, knock on wood, although it's a little late at this point.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, just little issue here, little issue there. And it's just like, oh, no.
it's only caused one major catastrophe of a reschedule. So we're not doing too bad.
Yeah. We've been doing all right on that front, I suppose. But gosh, man, internet needs to get its shit together.
Yeah, it does. I'm excited for tonight. And here's
I
why.
know you are.
Here's
Yes.
why. That's why. And
yeah.
it's going to be a good one. We get to talk about the things I've learned in my month and 9 days. There's 9 days on top of the month of me collecting these Transformers back here. But
Yeah.
I went a little crazy.
A little, yeah. But that's all right. Everybody's got to do that.
Yeah.
So not only are we going to talk about Transformers,
Oh, yeah.
but
Other
we are
stuff.
also going to talk about starting a new collection.
Yeah.
New collection, new line, however you kind of want to talk or refer to it. For some of us, there's a lot that goes into it. For others, it's kind of like you back into it on accident, and there's
We're just dive ready.
yeah, and others you just dive right in.
There's good reasons. We'll talk about that. There's good reasons why I'm doing it. I think it's been leading up to that for a while.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, even in respect of talking about you starting with Transformers, man, there is like a ton to learn about Transformers collecting alone.
Really.
Because there are details on top of details with that you don't see in a lot of other figure lines.
And I will straight up tell you that the information that I have in the slides today is by no means all accurate. It came mostly from TF Wiki, but I'm sure there's things I could be corrected on.
Yeah.
But it's just touching the surface, scratching the surface of modern Hasbro Toyomic Transformers. So
yeah, we are not experts on on this. This again, this is fairly new to Trey. I've dabbled with some Masterpiece stuff, but only dabbled. So and honestly, most of my Masterpiece stuff at this point is a little dated. And we'll get to that. There's some reasons why. Man, we've got some fun slides. Got some other stuff. I don't know if we get to some new hotness beyond your Transformers new hotness. I got a lot of stuff to talk about, and
me too.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. It's going to be a big one, but I think we've got a lot to cram in on this one.
Yeah, let's roll.
But yeah, man, let's. I shall kick us off with our intro, and then we'll get underway.
Yeah.
In a pleasant world where legends collide, tiny heroes standing side by side, guardians of playtime in disguise, action figure alliance on the rise. Join the alliance, come take a stand, with the many armies ruling the land. Hail to the heroes, loaded with might, action figure alliance, unite tonight.
We now return to the Transformers.
Okay.
I had to throw that in there, man.
Okay. Hey, we got both the poopers in there. Or no, actually it's both the evils. Sorry. We got Evil Dookie and Evil Stick.
Yeah. Stick's good to see you, man. Hadn't seen you in a while. Welcome back.
Seems like it's been a bit, but yeah. And this comment made me laugh. Yeah. Your boy went in like Scrooge McDuck.
Yep. With the gold and everything, man. Like I spent my con money. We go to cons. You like to go see shows, but kind of realized I wasn't going to make that happen the last part of the year, so I took my con money and invested it into a new line. So
all right. Well, here, this is for you and your con money.
Woo, shit. I'm a dangerous man with some money in my pocket. Keep up.
Dangerous man with your money in your pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really.
Your face is turning red.
I dropped the bucks, but it's okay. I'm having fun.
That's all right, man. Having fun. That's what it's all about.
And Ash was there from the very beginning.
He was,
and next year's money too. So.
Yeah, I was there with you. You know,
yeah.
You did what? You had some Star Wars stuff that you were kind of trying to move, and you did some trades, right?
The whole swap. There were some people that bought some stuff here and there, and then I went into the store, and he had Superion. He had the entire Superion.
Yeah,
and I was like, I want that.
Yeah,
and we talked it out, and I got Superion, and I got Ultra Magnus. The Studio Series 86 Ultra Magnus, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this line out. If I loved Ultra Magnus as a kid, like I loved the character, and I had the vehicle, I had the G1, and I was like, all right, if I'm gonna like this line, it's gonna be because of this. And dude, I loved opening them, I loved putting them together, I loved trying to transform them. It was just like dragging me back to 1986 or 8, me sitting in my floor playing with Transformers. So yeah, it's fun, and it's been fun. And it's like sometimes I'm just watching a YouTube podcast or something on YouTube. A lot of Transformers. I've kind of watched almost all of the cartoons and the other stuff that's out there. There's a ton of, if you know where to look on YouTube, you can find it. Yeah, it's good. I'm enjoying it.
All right. Well, where do you want to start, man? I think you said you got a big slideshow ready.
I got a lot of slides, so we can start there.
All right. Is that on your sharing?
Yeah.
All right. Bang. We got to get a little music going here. You guys let us know if that's too loud or too soft. It's groovy regardless. Uh-oh. Trey's still getting ready. Seeing some behind the scenes there.
I'm ready.
All right.
Okay. We will take the land bridge on a journey to Cybertron. So my decision to start Transformers, it came because of these reasons. Transformers are awesome. Nostalgia, it brought me back to my childhood, really did. The connection to G.I. Joe. So if you don't know, G.I. Joe and Transformers have been intertwined in the comics for a long time. And even more so with the Energon universe, that's really popular right now. It's been going on. Hard to believe it's been 2 years since the Energon universe started, but I read it every. I don't miss an issue. Void Rival. I'm a little behind on Void Rivals. I'll admit that. But Transformers and G.I. Joe have been pretty steady for me. So another reason Star Wars is struggling, man. They recently had some decent drops. Quinlan Voss, I'd pick that up. But I got a case that I put the Star Wars that I really enjoy, and the rest of it's been put away or being sold. Like the Army, I've traded off some. I'm sold off some. I don't need as many anymore. I didn't need 50 Stormtroopers. I think I'm down to like 20 or something. I don't know. And the opportunity presented itself. Like it was just there. And I got
it there for your trade and for your pick up and whatever.
Yeah. And
just there for you to spend all the money on.
I got the Transformers compendiums. They're on the way. And the digital copies came through. So I downloaded them. I got them on my computer. And
okay, what are those?
The Transformers compendiums?
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
It's the entire
Marvel books?
It's Marvel books. Yeah, it's the entire compendium. I think it's 3 books.
Okay.
G.I. Joe is 3 books. I can't remember if I think it is 3 books. It hasn't showed up yet, but I got the digital copies. So I was kind of looking through that. Not vintage. Not yet. So we're all right now. I said at the beginning, and Ash will back me up on this, that I wanted Studio Series 86, and that was it. Threw that out the window the first week, man.
Yeah.
Because I found a figure and I was like, that's cool. And I don't see that in Studio Series 86, and I need that. And so yeah, I threw that out the window the first week. So
back to the compendiums. So that's the Marvel stuff?
Yeah, it was it's the Marvel stuff. It was Kickstarter.
Was that kind of like the G.I. Joe books too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've got a couple of the IDW Transformers hardcovers.
Okay.
And I've heard they're really good, like really consistent, really good. They've built a good universe. So that's interesting.
Yeah, I'd love to read the IDW stuff. Hopefully they do compendiums sometime soon. And
these hardcovers that I have are big. They're not
they're thick.
Omnibus size, but they're big.
Okay.
So yeah.
And then just straight up Energon Universe has really been getting me into it. You got G.I. Joe, you got Clutch, who drives the Vamp, and he's hanging out with Hound, and Hound's a Jeep, and like they go together. Those two things. Hasbro, if you ever listen to this, and they won't, make a HasLab that is a Vamp that turns into Hound. Oh my God, take my money.
The Hitman Horton is saying that we lost sound. Can anybody else confirm that? Because that's concerning.
Yeah.
Oh, Magna's saying sound is good. So maybe it's on his part.
Maybe it's on his end. Okay.
And these days,
you never know. You got to check.
We're a little gun shy. Something like that will throw us off. All right.
Okay. Y'all can hear fine. Good.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, Energon Universe, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. They are coming out with Energon Universe figures. They started with one, and it's a pretty cool one. So we'll get to that. And then you had brought something up to me that I didn't. Well, we'll get to that. That's the next slide.
Okay.
So where did I start with Transformers? As a kid, it was G1.
Yeah.
Where it began for me. But I don't think I really got into Transformers till after the 86 movie. And I watched the cartoons, but as far as like collecting, I had, these are what I had. I had a lot of this. I had Ultra Magnus, I had Chrome Dome, Blur. This was a mail away, and I happened to have it. But these are the ones that I wanted, and I never really had.
Mm-hmm.
I think my cousin, I had a friend that went to church with me that had Optimus Prime. I think I got an Optimus Prime, but it was missing a bunch of parts. I got it like at a thrift store or something. And I never had a Starscream. I never had Devastator. I always wanted them.
Yeah.
So that was a thing. But you know, I had fun with my G1 Transformers, except at one point I got told you have to pick one. You have to pick G.I. Joe or Transformers.
Oh, that's hard.
And I picked Joe.
Yeah.
And but every once in a while I'd get a Transformer. You know, I'd be like, hey, I want to get this, and then my mom would be like, oh yeah, that's fine. But that's why some of this is the later stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So
I will say, okay, to carry on with where you're going here. I was definitely hardcore into Transformers when I was a kid. I was maybe kind of like the opposite of you. I had a good chunk of some G.I. Joe, but lots of Transformers. I loved Optimus Prime. I loved Jetfire. I think I still have my vintage Jetfire around, like my original one. And then my wife has picked me up a couple of cool vintage ones.
Yes, she has.
I picked up a couple of these. I don't remember what they called these little ones. Like if they had a name for them back in the day. Picked these up at Retro Toy Con with a couple others, Homer and Warpath. And yeah, I really dig them. So you know, when I was a kid, you know, those are definitely scratching the nostalgia itch, you know, which doesn't. We've talked about this before. That doesn't really fuel my collecting.
Right.
So, you know, but Transformers does have that, you know, does hit me for that a little bit.
I mean, I religiously watched the cartoon. Like I didn't miss the cartoon. I didn't miss G.I. Joe or Transformers or Thundercats. That was what I watched.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I was constantly doing that. Sinker's Hanger. What's going on?
Transformers and Mask. Man, Mask was good too. Gosh,
I watched Mask, but I didn't really watch it that much, and I don't know if it was conflicting with another show I watched, a time slot or different channels. Yeah. I mean, you had to reach up there and turn the dial, you know. back in my day, you had to reach up there and turn the dial.
Okay, so this is going back to that day. Still, we had cable, and the thing that was funny was I don't know. This is dating myself here, but. There was a channel box. It was a box on a really long cord, and it had a slider. And like that's how you change the channels. Like it didn't work on the knob anymore. It worked on the slider, and you could just go zip back and forth to like one channel. It was so freaking weird, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was just a local thing to you know that we had or what. But I remember going like, what the hell is this?
My addition to that is that one time my dad got a big satellite and put it outside.
Yeah.
And the giant satellite where you had to like change the Galaxy 5 and G1 and all this stuff, like the satellite would move. You'd have to wait for it to move.
Oh, that's crazy.
And yeah, it was funny, man. It was funny.
That's crazy.
So that was like the first real TV because I lived in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So my G1, what happened to it? Well, I've told the story what happened to my Transformers. That's another story. But my G.I. Joe, that's another story. But my Transformers, there were kids at my church, and their parents worked with the youth group, and their kids were always around. Their kids were like 10 and 8. And good kids. They always loved playing toys and Transformers. Or one of them had a Transformer one day. I was like, oh man, I got those. Those are cool. And I think I was like 15 or 16 at the time. And I just saw him enjoying that Transformer so much. And I went home and I was like, I put them all in a box and I took them to their house. And because they used to have everybody over, like going to the pool and playing baseball and stuff like that. So I took him these toys, and him and his brother just freaked out. Oh, these are awesome! Thank you so much. So I know that my G1 Transformers went to a good home. Now, am I kicking myself now for doing that? Just like I'm kicking myself for trading my G.I. Joes for a fifth of Jack Daniels, like an idiot.
I didn't really get that choice. All my stuff got handed down to like nieces and nephews.
Yeah,
and I didn't really get much of a say. So, all right.
So that's what happened to my G1. And then you had mentioned something the other day that I didn't know about, but I went down the rabbit hole. What does chug mean?
Okay.
And I'm just as confused as Starscream here. Lost, disoriented, perplexed, and confused because literally I had no clue the complexity of Transformers collecting.
Yeah.
You know, I knew what G1 was, Generation 1. I knew what G2 was, you know, crazy colored Transformers.
I'm there with you on that. I'm there with you on that for sure.
So I knew what those two were, but I had never heard the term Chug until you really brought it up to me. So I looked into it.
Mm-hmm.
And so Chug's an acronym for Classics, Henki, Universe, and Generations. So Classics came after the 2007 Transformers movie to kind of get back to that original G1 look, but in a modern, like a more modern thing. And yes, this information came from Transformers Wiki. I literally go on there and look up all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
Henki is the Japanese version of the Classics toy line. So they also came with like a mini manga, like Motu came with a little mini comic. They came with a mini manga, and that ran for just like 1 year or something. And then that Classics, Henkai was the Japanese version, rebranded in 2008 and continued the same theme, but had a new version of characters from the early years of the franchise, which, okay, I think they've remade. There's probably so many Optimus Primes out there. I'd love to know the total number of Optimus Primes that were made.
I wonder where it stacks up against
Convoy.
like Darth Vader's and Wolverines.
And Snake Eyes,
and Snake Eyes, and He-Man.
Yeah. How many versions of each have there been? But I think that ran for quite a while. I mean, literally, if it started in 2008, Generations didn't start till 2018. So that's 10 years of the universe. And I may be completely wrong about all this. I hope not.
Generations were thrown around, but had no idea really what it meant.
Right.
And honestly, like, okay, so this explains it, kind of in text, but seeing toys is something entirely different. So I couldn't like go and look at one and be like, oh, that's a Chug, Like,
Well, no, I think Chug like really concerns modern Transformer collecting since 2007. Like, but it just falls. Is it in the Classics? Is it in the Universe, or is it in Generations? And we're in Generations, 2018 to current. But there's so many different variations of the Generations and the different lines.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll get to that. Going on to the modern Generations scale, really. These are all different segments, like lines in the modern line. There's
so those
Legacy.
all fall under Generations.
These all fall under Generations, from what I find out. So, and these are the figures that I'm buying. Except I don't have a Shattered Glass figure, which is like, from what I could tell, like the reverse. Like if
that's like alternate universe
stuff. Yeah. So Legacy has been pretty colorful. Then there's the War for Cybertron trilogy, which I suggest watching on Netflix.
That was actually pretty cool.
I did
dig that. Yeah.
And then Studio Series and Studio Series 86. So Studio Series has its own little sub things. And I will straight up tell you that the modern movie figures I want nothing to do with.
The Bayverse stuff.
The Bayverse stuff. I have no need for it. It's not something I want to deal with. I know we're not covering all the Transformers if we don't include it, but I am excluding it because it just doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
And I hate to say that, but yeah, it is part of that. All those lines have versions of those figures from the movies. And yeah, some of them are cool. It's just I don't care for the look. Some of the alt modes look really cool, but the robot mode doesn't do it for me. I want.
They don't communicate cleanly. Right. Like you kind of get silhouettes, but you don't get understandable. Like if you look at certain things from certain angles, it's like it does not communicate that is like a humanoid character, or that is a head, that is an arm. Sometimes there's so much noise in the detail that they were doing that, it kind of lost me. I will say that with the Bumblebee movie and going forward from there, they have found a nice crossover place for like Optimus Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Like he looks a little bit G1, but he looks a little bit modern too. And I do like that. Because I don't know about you, but when I was watching the cartoon, that cartoon has horrible production values, right? Things change colors that aren't supposed to. Characters' names get swapped around.
You're talking about the 80s cartoon.
Yeah, the original cartoon.
Definitely. Skyfire, Jetfire, which one? Which one?
Rumble, Frenzy.
Yeah. Watch the first season and you'll realize exactly when Optimus Prime says this for the first time.
Autobots, transform and roll out.
Because he doesn't say it like that in the beginning.
Yeah.
It gets to transform, then it gets to roll out, then it finally gets to that.
Yeah. So I guess what I was getting at is like in my head as a kid, I saw the very simplistic, figures on screen, and I in my head, like when I saw the toys, I was like, oh, there's more detail there. And so kind of like I had melded those anyway. Like I always felt like, oh, they're taking shortcuts. This is me as a kid, thinking all of this, giving them credit for having their production values being so shit.
Yeah.
I was giving them all this credit and saying, oh, if they could have done more detail, they would have, and there should be some there. So in my imagination, it was always kind of filling in those gaps, which is weird.
Lord of Brooklyn, the 80s cartoon is perfect. Boo this man.
That is perfectly. I loved it. I just, as a kid, was telling myself that, oh yeah, this would have been cooler, and so
yeah. Well, it's nice to have a Hasbro employee in the room today. So if I got any of this wrong, so then there's the Transformers: Age of the Primes, which is also good. And if you can find it, it's on YouTube. Go watch it.
Is that from the video game?
No, there's a show.
Okay.
But it doesn't really explain everything I wanted to know about all of the 13 primes. It kind of does, but it kind of doesn't. So then kind of getting into scale, and there's question marks because like the mini, the tiny, the rumbles and the frenzies of the world are, the cassettes. Those are core class. But from what I can tell, they're doing away with core class. It's not going to be a thing anymore. It's going to be, but they also do mainline characters in that small little core class, which I have no interest in.
So I got a question, and I'm sorry to interrupt you again.
No, you're good.
But okay, you're calling this a scale, but then you showed off the smallest of dudes, right? In the cartoon, Rumble and Frenzy were like man-sized.
Well, here's the thing. No matter what you do, you can't shape form like they did in the cartoon.
Mass shifting.
Shift. You can't mass shift like they do. So yes, it's a small cassette. You got to balance that alt mode and robot mode. And you can't always get the best feel for that. You can either get the robot mode right or you can get the alt mode right. Sometimes it doesn't correlate. Sometimes it does, but a lot of times it doesn't. So there are things that you look at something, you're like, man, that doesn't really fit next to this vehicle, but robot modes work really good. So then there's like earlier on, there was like the Masters line, which was also part of this size. It's hard to say it's scale. It's more of a size.
Yeah, and that's what my question kind of related to.
The Battle Masters, Micro Masters were a part of that, and I had some of those as a kid too. Those were fun. A core class Bumblebee is the same exact size. Okay, maybe so. Deluxe, Voyager, Leader, Commander, and Titan are the different classes. So, like you got Jazz, you got Cup. Those are two examples of deluxe size figures. They're smaller in scale compared to these other ones. In the next size up, you got Ratchet. This is Red Alert, which is from one of the newer TV shows. I wasn't familiar with Red Alert, but exactly. Seeker's Hanger is right. It's more of a price class, but it also has some things to do with scale. There's different
Or
sizes.
size at least, right?
Size at least. Yeah. That's why the question mark is behind the scale.
Yeah.
It is because can you really call it scale?
Yeah.
If it's not a true 1/12, 1/10.
Because let's face it, Transformers is kind of goofy when it comes to, like you were saying, mass shifting and stuff like that. So
I mean, Megatron micro sizes down to the pistol, and Soundwave goes down to the little cassette player, and all the cassettes are inside of him, and it's super cool. But
it's fun. There's best not to think too much about it.
Just enjoy it. That's the thing, is enjoy the toys.
Roll that suspension of disbelief.
Yeah. And then leader class, you got like Dinobots, which I finally completed, and then you got like Springer, which is a triple changer, and there's other triple changers. And then you get Commander class, which is bigger and usually has like a trailer or something. Oh, meet Grimlock. I always like Grimlock. He's dumb as a box of rocks, but
but fun.
Yeah, he's fun. This Optimus is definitely Commander class, and I think this is a amazing figure. Articulation's great. I think I had the War for Cybertron. That was my first Transformer a long time ago. I only had one, and this outdoes that one by far. And then you got Ultra Magnus in that same class, and then something I don't have, and I say I don't have room for it, but I will have one day. A Titan class. And you got Omega Supreme, you got Trypticon, you got Fortress Maximus.
I always loved Omega Supreme. I don't know why. I just thought he was the coolest.
Yeah, vintage Omega Supreme looked cool. I mean, he's a rocket and like a base
and a tank and
a tank. Yeah, like all this stuff. And then if you can really see it at the bottom, that's I guess the Ark.
Yep.
And I don't know the ship for the Decepticons. Somebody put it in a chat if you know.
Oh dang! Yeah, I forget what it's called.
But they made figures out of those. Like, and if you watch, what is it? Kingdom, War for Cybertron Kingdom. He shows up. That shows up.
Yeah,
as a character, and it looks really cool. It's really expensive now, but I just think they're cool. Like, yeah, they're cool.
All right.
So there's that. This is it. This is what's behind me. Minus the
Seeker's Hanger got it. It's the Nemesis.
Okay, Nemesis, yeah.
All right.
Not to be confused with Nemesis Prime, but the Nemesis. Okay. This is a month and 9 days.
Oh, how did
and it's fun, man. I enjoy them. Like, I've taken the Star Wars out of one of my shelves and put this in there, and so
my boy went to town.
I did.
Oh, how did I spend that much money?
And I was really happy to finish this off. Like this guy came from Whatnot, and I got a crazy deal. Most people selling this thing for like $120. I got it for $60.
Damn.
So yeah. It's just playing the waiting game and finding the right deal and constantly looking. I ordered this at 11:30 at night, right before I laid my head down on the pillow to go to sleep. It was like, I was looking. Yeah, it's crazy. And the guy didn't even have it listed on his Whatnot. He just had it. He had it in the background, and I was like, "Ooh, is that for sale?" And he was like, "It is." And I was like, "Well, how much do you want for it?" And he said, "I'll take $60." And I was like, "Sold." And he put it up. I took it. Yeah, good to go.
All right. And then, so I have a video.
I thought you would get a kick of this.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Shut up and take my money. This is the Transformers sellers.
Okay.
Yes.
I have a video of what has happened, what Transformers have done to Trey in his wallet.
Oh, you can't see it.
He's a little Trey head. Oh, he's mad.
Hold on, I can't see it.
You can't see it?
No, I'm gonna stop the share and we'll go to primary. Maybe we can see it there. It was like behind everything.
Oh, okay.
Try it again. Yes.
There you go.
That's my wallet right now. Yes. That is exactly it.
Yep. All right, let's get back over here. I can fix that. That's an easy fix.
All right, go back to share.
Continue.
Go back to share. So here we are. I thought this was fun. So this is the latest announcement. This was, I think, this week or last week, Monday maybe. I don't remember, but they got my money because this is Brawl. I already have Vortex. This over here is Blast Off. That is 2 of the parts for Bruticus. Yes, I want Bruticus. I'm passing on Retgar. I have recently, within like the last 5 days, decided
Retgar? He's not a motorcycle.
He is a motorcycle, but he's also...
He looks like a truck there.
Yeah, he's like a garbage truck. And I have Retgar as the motorcycle. I don't need Retgar as the garbage truck. So I'm not sure where that came from, but I'm passing on that one.
Yeah.
But then the Age of the Primes, the 13, I think I've decided that I'm going to go ahead and get those. I have one already. I gotta have Alpha Trion, man. I mean, gotta have Alpha Trion. And so I pre-ordered these 2. And then there's, what is that? Sure Shot. That's like a Gun Master or something. I don't know. Target Master is what it's called, I think. So I'm going to get him. And I'm going to get Jalopy. But I am not a fan in any way, shape, or form of animals Transformers. Like Maximals, the Beasts. I love Dinobots. I do not like animals as Transformers. It's something about me. It's a preference. I don't like them.
I feel you.
And like I watched that War for Cybertron Kingdom, and I was like, I suffered through it, and it wasn't just them. I'm glad it wasn't just them. But I think Brawl will be a foot for Bruticus. Blast Off will be the other arm because Vortex is the arm. And then they also announced Onslaught. So here's the reveal. I think this is Toys R Us is the guy's name that was at the panel in London that they had. I don't know if that was something. Hasbro revealed this. And this is a pretty beefy thing. You know, the figure is the vehicle. The trailer turns into this like, and that's the thing with the Combaticons. Long Haul had that trailer, and that turns into the Devastator. So it's kind of cool how they're doing it. I didn't like how they did Superion's feet or legs. They just kind of snapped in, and that's a completely different story. But I'm looking forward to Bruticus.
Okay.
And then I showed this, but I'm not getting either one of these. But these were part of the release, and I have no interest in either one of those. But then we get to the Energon universe. Now, I realized before they announced this that there were kits out there you can buy and change your 86 Optimus Prime to have the Megatron arm.
Oh, that's cool.
And I had almost bid on that, and then like 2 days later they announced this. I was like, "Yep, I'll buy that." So yeah, you get the Energon universe version of Optimus Prime with Megatron, and that storyline. If you're not reading it, pick up the trade paperback or something, or the comics, and you just read it. It's nice.
Yeah, the Energon universe stuff in general is just pretty top tier. It is quality stuff.
It's the next thing you want with Transformers and G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Whereas some of the other Homiverse, like 300 plus, has been okay. that other stuff's really good. And then here's some of the pre-orders I have. Definitely getting Shockwave. The only thing that looks weird to me on Shockwave is the cassette area looks a little big, but I think it looks good. I hope that screw is not exposed. I think that's maybe
a mistransform or something, or
I don't know.
That's kind of weird. Yeah.
It is weird. Like it was.
By the way, that is not Shockwave.
Not Shock.
You've got Shockwave written there.
Soundwave, dude. I put this together at like 12:30 at night. My bad. It's Soundwave.
It's Soundwave. Terrible. Boo this man.
Boo this man. Yeah. Boo this man. Soundwave. Yeah, I know. I'll catch hell for that. I don't care. Then here's other pre-orders. These are Target right now for me. So yeah, these are kind of cool. These are Walmart, I believe.
Yeah, he kind of got us both, Stick, because I'm a Shockwave guy. Always loved Shockwave, the super logical, kills everybody. And so yeah,
we need a good Shockwave. Just a couple layers off. But these are some other pre-orders. I have this and this on pre-order just because I need Insecticons and I need both of these Seekers. And I want Reflector. But then they announced the 86 Thundercracker. And I like it, man.
Yeah.
I watched a video and like the tips of the wings like pop on separately because the width of the box. And I don't know if I like that, but I'll probably still get it. And then Thrust comes out. You don't have to buy the other one. There's I guess this is a reissue. I'm not sure. But then Transformers 1, I had tried to watch this earlier, like months ago.
I watched it. It was decent.
And then I recently, like in my Transformers haze, watched it again, and I was like, this is not a bad movie. I like it.
It's not. I think it was a little overhyped.
Yeah.
But it was decent. It was decent. I mean, I still, the whole Chris Hemsworth as Optimus Prime's voice was not doing it for me.
No.
But yeah.
I would have took it as like Orion Pax, but when he turned into Optimus, like, why not get Peter Cullen? He's still here. Like, give us real Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
Anyway. But that's a pretty decent movie. And then Star Wars Age of the Primes.
You said Star Wars.
Transformers, dude. Sorry. Transformers Age of the Primes. I saw the star, man. I don't know why. The 13 Primes. Yeah. This is cool. I want to know the story of all of the Primes.
Yeah.
And I've learned about Megatronus, and you knew about Alpha Trion, but then there's Solus, which I don't have that figure yet, but I will get it. I want to know a little story about all of them, so hopefully they give us that. But they look pretty cool. This Star Optimus Prime, I don't know much about it, but apparently it was a big thing, maybe? Do you know about that Star Optimus Prime? We'll look at it here in a minute.
Oh.
I have slides.
I'm sure you do.
So yeah. This was in the TV show. She was like Megatronus's love interest, and that was interesting. I don't know who this guy is.
One guy looks pretty cool on the left over there.
This guy?
Yeah.
He's Doo-Doo Brown.
Oh, well.
But I think they're pretty cool, man. He turns into like this weird four-legged winged thing.
Okay.
And then Alphatron, I mean, you've seen Alphatron before.
Yeah.
These two guys, I don't know anything about the two of them. I'd like to know more about that. But like, give me the story. Like I'm a story-driven collector. I love anything that has a comic or something I can follow to give me a background of that character, or I'm going to make my own up.
The guy on the right seems like his articulation is lacking for his legs.
Yeah.
That doesn't look good.
I hadn't opened him yet.
Oh, you've got him. I thought you were still going over pre-orders.
No. That only got 2. I only got 2 of the 13. But
Okay.
I have this guy and I have Alphatron. But yeah, it turns into this little like rolly bot thing. I don't know.
Okay.
Then this one's super cool. Megatronus. I mean,
okay.
Megatronus is where Megatron got his name from.
Yeah.
And he's a cool looking figure, man. He's got fire powers and all kinds of stuff. This guy looks kind of cool. I don't know the story behind him. This Amalgamus Prime apparently had like 100 different forms it could change into. And apparently you're supposed to be able to like click different things onto it to make it look different. I don't know how that works, but I heard somebody talking about it. So interested to see how that works. And like I said, I don't know by far about all of these, but Star Optimus Prime looks pretty cool. He's a larger scale. He comes with a hot rod. And then I don't understand the concept behind this trailer. It has a detachable cab, but then hot rod is shown pulling it at some point. Give me the story behind this, but I like the robot mode of this Star Optimus Prime. So until all of one. That's it.
Okay. Well, for that, we're going to do Wallet Smash number 2. Tried to fight back.
Rip headphones users.
I think I turned it down. Maybe I didn't.
No,
oh, well.
It's all good.
That's all right. And then we'll add in a little insult to injury.
How did I spend that much money?
Really?
All right. I want to do some sharing here. All right with you. Actually, right? Is that what I was doing?
I sit here and transform this Bumblebee.
Okay, so
I didn't do one for me, but mine is straight dive.
We'll get to yours. We'll get to yours. Trust me. Okay. So Trey has started with the Transformers stuff, and it got me thinking about how when I'm trying something, I have a method. And the more I thought about it, the more I was like, holy shit, it's just the scientific method for seeing if I like something, which is kind of freaking ridiculous. But I'm in the midst of it right now. I will show off this mech-suited guy here from Joy Toy, which I am currently kind of experimenting with. But let's go down my little flow chart. Talk about the Tyraxis method of seeing if you want to collect something. So first off, you got to state the problem. The problem is, should you collect this line or this collection or that thing, right? So that's where you start. That's the orange circle up there. And then next you go into the research phase. And the research phase is actually a lot of fun for me. And this involves a lot of YouTubing, watching reviews, and it involves a lot of going to different, toy stores online, BBTS, Bombusby, depending upon what it is, you kind of got to figure out who carries, who has the best stuff. For Transformers, it might be like the Chosen Prime. It might be, TF Collections or something like that.
TF Source or whatever it is.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It might be going and looking at what's out there, how much they cost, and then it also involves, going and looking at like eBay and seeing what stuff you might have missed that's already sold out, things like that. And I think it's fun. I enjoy that. And, but this is me. I'm a big freaking nerd. So then you make a hypothesis, and that's the purple triangle. It's like, I think and then you have two paths to follow. You can go to don't dig it. And generally what that means is you stop what you're doing and you file all those, all that information away in the data banks to come back to later if things get better or if it tempts you again, right? Otherwise, you follow the dig it line, and dig it leads to trying it out. Okay, so you try it out. Generally, that means like, maybe you go and you buy one at a swap, you trade for something, kind of like what you did. You traded for something,
Yep.
And you're like, okay, cool. You play with it for a bit, and this is really gets into the analysis, where this is where you're kind of, coming up with the results of your experiment from purchasing it. And so you look at it, you're like, do I really like this? And you might go back to try it out, right? You might go back to try it out. And at that point, it might be, we're going to step it up a little bit. Or we're going to try to take it easy and just get another little used one, or, secondhand one that's, cheaper or something like that. Find one on sale, whatever. And then you go to analyze again. Okay, how is this holding up? Is this fitting in with things? What do I think? How does it look on my shelf? Do I like playing with it? How does it pose? You go through all of those, like those qualifications that might mean it makes it into your collection. So you loop through that a few times to the point where you might even get something off eBay. You might get a brand new one, that sort of a thing. And then you hit your conclusion. And that's generally, if you're doing multiple times of try it out and analyze, you might actually be collecting at that point. But then again, you never know. And I will say I am much deeper in the midst of the loop here, the try it out and analyze loop with the Joy Toy stuff. Mm-hmm. I really like some of it, but yet I'm still not sure. And I think a lot of it just kind of has to do with, it's a different scale. How am I going to make that work in my collection? And I'm not really too sure.
I still think that's collecting, though. In that try it out and analyze, you're collecting, but you still haven't fully committed to.
Yes, that's
right.
Exactly what it is. You've not made the commitment.
Right.
You are sort of still collecting, but you're trying to decide whether you are going to make the commitment or not. Right. So let's go back to, where was I? Shit. Okay, there we go. The tray method, aka the Toyomic method.
I'll just get this one. Buy all the things.
In case you didn't notice from a couple of the slides that Trey showed off,
yeah,
it starts off with a as he's looking at something and goes, I'll just get this one. And then it explodes, right? It
happened with Vintage Joe's. I had the water moccasin and Copperhead. That was my favorite Joe vehicle as a kid. Like, I had a pool. I was in the pool with my water moccasin. I got video of me as a little kid in a pool with a water moccasin. I'm pushing it around. I'm happy as big and fucking shit. And yeah, I had that. As soon as I got that figure, I went crazy on G.I. Joe Vintage.
And here's the thing. I don't know if you remember this or if you will admit to it, but Ash is my witness. We both witnessed you doing both of these starts where it's just like, I'm just going to get this one. I'm just going to get the one.
Yeah.
I'm only going to collect this.
I'm reasoning with myself.
Yeah, you're bargaining with yourself like a freaking addict.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm just gonna get this one, and then I'll see. And then
just get this one.
I got Superion and Ultra Magnus, and I brought them home, and I opened them, and I enjoyed it so much. Like, I've sit here for hours watching shows, watching Mega Powers, 3POA, Figure Fight Club, whatever I'm watching, and I'm, I might throw something in the chat, but the rest of the time I'm transforming a figure. I'm messing with something. I'm posing. Like literally, this Optimus Prime figure poses so well.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it, man. It's just, I never really thought that you could get Transformers into those kind of poses, but man, I love it. And then it just hit me. I was like, I like them. I started buying them. I was like, all right, I wanted I had Ultra Magnus. I had to have Optimus. So I think Optimus was the second like major thing I bought. And then it's like, oh, I got an Optimus. I got to get a Bumblebee. And
here's the thing. Like I am, this we're definitely making light of the bit of the situation, but this is legit how I do it. Like this, I'm not even making this up. And it exactly lined up with the scientific method, and I'm a big nerd, so it just made sense, right?
Now, I kind of did this with AWOC the first time.
Okay.
And I got the figure, and I was like, do I like it? Yes. And I tried it out, and I was like, it's just not for me right now. And then I went to a con, and I got a couple more, and I was like, go get them all.
It's true. But yeah, so you kind of did that early on, but for the most part, you just get in this fervor where it's just buy all the things. And so, I think it's great that you can go in like that so hard and so fast. I mean, I enjoy that portion of it too. I think though that, I enjoy a lot of the research, and I call it research. It's just, trying to figure out if something is cool. So I will say I found this isn't a slide. This is a freaking meme that I edited, but I thought it was funny. So you got your lungs. I breathe air for you. Your heart. I pump blood for you. Your kidneys. I filter your waste. Your brain. Buy another action figure.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our life, man. That's where we are. And yes, that is a pretty cool pose. Very from the movie. So, dude, what do you want to show off next, man? You want to go to your desk cam? I got some stuff to show off. If you want to stick with me for a little longer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go do that.
All right. Okay, so let me get some stuff out of the way here. All right. So as I was talking earlier, this was one of my favorites when I was a kid. I loved the little guys because they could just fit in your pocket. They were easy to transform. They were a lot of fun. So I picked up a few at Retro Toy Con, and but previously I had gotten the Masterpiece version, and it's perfect. He looks awesome when you transform him. Not going to do it here because it actually does take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
But what's great about this one, I think this is the X-Trans bots.
I know nothing about third party.
Okay,
Literally,
so,
I know that there's MDLX, there's Masterpiece, there's all this other stuff. I have no clue.
So this is third party. This is a third party Masterpiece. And essentially what that just means is that it's not a knockoff. And a lot of people want to associate, third party with knockoffs because this is original engineering. However, it is technically IP infringement.
Right.
This is definitely...
There's not an Autobot logo on that.
There is no Autobot logo on this.
But you could probably put one on there.
But when you buy it from Gundamit, they give you a little sheet of stickers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it comes in, but that's Gundamit putting that in there. It's not in the box for the figure.
They're like, oh, by the way, you might need this.
Yeah, exactly. But this one is a really good figure. And what's funny about this is I don't have it here because it's a stand and it was awfully large. It comes with a couple little cups. They're just little cups, but you put them upside down and it has them where there's a couple of stages and you can make it look like it's sucking up another figure. Like it's doing a tractor beam. So you could put a little cow in there or something. And it's freaking hilarious, but it does. It looks like a little tractor beam from, the UFO there. Okay, let's get these guys out of the way.
All right, one of my main questions about third party is scale. How do if I bought a third party, would they fit in with what I have here, or are they all going to be larger, or is there, a lot of them you look at and you're like, okay, does that even transform?
So masterpiece is scale, and it's definitely a scale, not a size. So this is a masterpiece. This is G1, obviously huge size difference there. But as far as I'm aware, there are a number of companies making other scales. It's not like third party is only masterpiece. You can definitely get I think Legend scale is kind of a popular one. You can definitely get those from different companies like Iron Factory, and from what I hear, they're really good. So let's
Hound's one of my favorite characters.
All right, you were showing off your Optimus Prime. I will show off mine.
Nice.
So this is deceptively, third party has Masterpiece and Legends. That's what I've heard. Good to get a second confirmation there. The paint on this guy is gorgeous. So what's interesting is it is very, metallic. It is very clean, very well done, but it's all over plastic. I will say that a lot of Masterpiece figures have a ton of die cast on them. But this one, not so much. So he is actually fairly light, but man, you want to talk about posability. He's got a waist swivel. He's got crunch. He's got lean back. He's got butterfly. I mean, that's a freaking butterfly right there.
Yeah.
The arms kind of, come in and out. And this freaking transforms, man. I mean, this is gorgeous. And I think this opens up. I mean, you can see that, there is the, whatchamacallit in there. Oh my God. I've lost it.
What is it? Just like me calling Shockwave, Soundwave, Shockwave.
Yeah.
What?
The
Matrix.
The Matrix of leadership. Jesus.
Yeah.
Terrible. So anyway, yeah. So this is my Masterpiece Optimus Prime. Third party. This is called Light of Peace or something like that. But it's the third version where they did this candy metallic paint on him, and it's gorgeous. This is perfect. I've got a gigantic Grimlock, as I kind of showed earlier, and he does have die cast on him. He weighs an absolute freaking ton. He's got his crown, which is pretty cool. He's got the big double-barreled weapon that he's kind of known for.
Magic Square.
Yeah, Magic Square is one. There we go. You've got on most Masterpieces, you get individually posable fingers and joints, which is a lot of freaking fun. This is, I believe the company is called Giga Power, and he's a chungus. So die cast, crazy paint, very highly reflective, quality stuff. And you and me both are big fans of Grimlock. So yeah. Let me see where to shove him. All right. I will say that this is another one of my favorites. What's up, Jimmy?
Jimmy!
Jimmy's in the chat. So here you've got my
Galvatron. Yeah.
So this is Fans Toys. This one is also, again, just a big chunk of die cast. I think he's basically perfect. I love the Galvatron character. I think this is just, I think they're actually going to do a second, a version 2, maybe where they've updated some of the engineering, some of the paint, something like that. But this is an awesome figure. Most of these have been out for a while, like I was saying. And one of the things that I wanted to get to is a lot of the Masterpiece figures these days, especially from third party, are going very cartoon accurate, which to me is not what I want. I want what I had in my head, what I was talking about earlier. When I was watching the cartoon, I felt like, oh, there's more complexity than they're able to show on the cartoon. There's more detail, there's better coloring and stuff like that. And so what I want is something like this, where it's like, it's got that additional detail, but yet it's still, is obviously the same figure. So yeah, I mean, just super cool. I'm just not into the super toon accurate stuff. But I will say this is a badass Starscream. I mean, this is a little on the toon accurate side for me, but he does have some nice detailing on.
But he doesn't have Decepticon logos on his wings.
Nope, he does not. I have not put any on any of my stuff, so I still have a ton of them though. I kept them all. But I mean, as you can see, like, this is awesome, right? There's very little greebling on the back. Everything is closed up. There's no big gaps. And the posability, ratchet joints everywhere. I mean, come on. That's awesome.
That is cool. That's a really good looking Starscream. I think if I was to get something like that, I've really considered Hound. Like, I absolutely love Hound. Like, so I'll show this off because I got it at like IshCon two years ago, maybe.
Yeah, I remember that.
This is the G1 Hound from One Oak Customs.
Yep.
And I bought it because I was like, oh man, he's gonna go with my
let's show
G.I.
that
Joe
off.
stuff. Yeah. So I mean, he did a good job printing this, and print smooth. There's not a whole lot of ridges and like lines. It has pieces so he can move his legs and stuff. His legs are a little loose, but I mean,
it's a 3D
stands. It's a 3D. It's a 3D print, exactly. I mean, I think it looks great for a 3D print. And
the fact that you're only calling them a little loose is a big compliment.
But I mean, I think I've seen him, dude. He did a freaking. I think it was an Optimus Prime. It's at Ultimate Comics in
Devastator.
It's Devastator at the mall. Yeah, there's a Devastator at the mall.
Yep.
Yeah, that thing's it's huge, dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
awesome.
He had. I saw some pictures from Titan Toy Expo where he had some cool print, that Spider-Man robot with the Spider-Man inside.
Oh, that's cool.
He has some really cool stuff. So check out Hans at One Oak Customs. He does some good stuff. So back to what you were talking about.
Yeah. So anyway, come back here. Okay, so going back to what I was talking about, though, I do love Transformers. It does scratch that nostalgia itch for me, but a lot of them have gone these super toon accurate, which is really not very appealing to me. I think this is a little on the toon side. I would have liked to seen it been a little bit more updated, but I think this is about as good as you're going to get with, still having nice line work, nice paneling, but if you look at the arm there, that's very basic. That's very, there's not much detail work on the eyes and stuff,
So question here, I'll show you the War for Cybertron version of Starscream, and he has some more details to him.
Yeah.
And he has some more details to him. I think that's the more modern look you're looking for.
Yes, but no. I mean, I don't.
Yes, but no. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm not.
They're gonna have an '86 Starscream, and he's gonna be a lot smoother.
Yeah,
and like the Thundercracker that I showed off.
Yeah. For me, I think it really kind of comes down to, I want the best of both worlds. Right. I want what that Galvatron was representing. What Galvatron here is showing off. And all of this really nice detail, all of these panel lines, what he's so heavy, what Grimlock here is showing off. This is obviously like, there's a ton of detail. There's a ton of panel lining, all over him. And I think it looks more modern and cool. And so that's kind of what I'm looking for, but yet I also, at this point, I'm in on the masterpiece scale. So, for me to collect anything at this point, it basically does have to be Masterpiece. So I've got a few others. I've got Soundwave. I've got Shockwave. The Shockwave is actually the Takara Tomy official Masterpiece. And it's okay.
Turn into a gun, or does it not?
It does. It turns into a gun.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. The one thing that I'll say is about like the third-party Masterpiece, often they are better than the Takara Tomy Masterpieces.
Okay.
Like better engineering, better quality materials, better joints. It's crazy. And the thing that I will say is kind of a bummer is
why do you think that is? Is it more funding? Is it more time spent? Why do you think they're there?
I think it's less corporate bulk.
Right.
Less management overhead, less like these are fans actually making these things.
They want what they want.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't have a large, multi-billion-dollar corporation sitting on the backs of, the profits,
Right.
And so, I will say, however, that Fans Toys, which is what we're representing here with, this is a Fan Toys figure, they have gotten much more expensive over just the last few years. I think third-party Masterpiece kind of exploded there and got really popular, and they rode that wave and just started increasing their prices. I think this one new was probably around maybe the $100 range. And I mean, for the die cast, for the engineering, for everything that goes in on him, I think that would have been an awesome deal. For a long time, you could have gotten multiple. I mean, there were many Masterpiece third-party figures that were sub $100.
Right.
But now they are,
and they sell out fast, from what I can tell.
Yeah, I don't really track that too much, but yes, I think that does happen. But some of them do re-releases and things like that. Like this had a second version with, I think, the toy coloring, because the toy in G1 was completely colored different than the movie figure was, which
because
is
it came from the Diaclone stuff before.
Yeah. So anyway, that's kind of my spiel. I will say that the front runners are Fans Toys, X-Transbots. There's a couple others, and some of them are kind of like this Starscream here. I think this is Robot Paradise, which is, I think, actually Fans Toys, or maybe that was my Soundwave. But either way, it's kind of like one of those weird, third-party companies where they will, put stuff out under a different name here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some amazing things out there. The one thing that if you do like to transform stuff, you're really going to want to kind of watch reviews, because some of the third-party Masterpiece Transformers are like I don't know, grad school engineering student level.
So I joined a bunch of Transformers groups, and I've seen some of those videos, and they're like folding this little thing like 14 times.
Yeah.
And it like folds into the leg. They're like,
I think that's
how
what
did you fold that many times? Like,
yeah, I think that's what this Starscream is. I mean, he looks perfect. And I mean, you can see even on the inner thigh, like there's nothing there. Like you can almost, this could pass for an action figure versus an actual something that, transforms.
Right.
And I think that's kind of the rub. With some of them, they might not be so good in that engineering department, at least from it's friendly, sort of a perspective. So
I think one of my favorite things to transform are the Seekers and the cone heads. So far, I really like that transformation. It's pretty simple, and I love jets, planes, and so yeah, that scratches that itch, is sitting here transforming those.
So yeah, for whatever reason, I think that Fans Toys will kind of change their name when it comes to more of the higher tier characters and stuff. I think to maybe keep Hasbro off their backs. Or Hasbro's lawyers anyway. So that's why Starscream here was not under, the Fan Toys name, and my Soundwave wasn't either. I think they do that really to just kind of try to move under the radar and things. But, you know what? On the subject of Transformers, I'm going to come back here. Apologies. Here, you mentioned this earlier. This is my MDLX Megatron.
Nice.
So this is not a Transformer. This is just an action figure. This is one of those things where I got this for a really good deal at a swap, I think, or
Nice.
like one of the local shows, not the swap.
Inside Pitch?
Inside Pitch show. Yeah, I got this from there, and I got it for a really good deal. And I like it, man. I think it's really pretty. And this is what I'm talking about. This is that modernization, but yet still obviously the character. You know, still has the hallmarks of Megatron's helmet, still has his gun, still has, like, you know, the thing sticking up on his back and kind of, you know, the grips on the side of the legs, you know.
Right.
But again, this is very stylized because it's not a Transformer. They are able to, you know, just build this as an action figure. So I picked him up, and
that one looks cool.
And I also got Optimus Prime.
Nice.
And Optimus Prime is also very cool. His axe that he comes with is awesome. And yeah, very nicely posable, super detailed, you know, very modern take on the character. The one thing that bugs me about Optimus Prime is these weird covers here. Like, they don't really serve much of a purpose, and they're kind of in a peculiar spot. But anyway, otherwise, fantastic figures. They're a little pricey, I think, if you were to buy them new, but the deals are out there on them, obviously. That's how I got these. So
nice.
Thought I'd show those off. I have not gone much further with these. I've been kind of tempted by the Lamborghini bots, mostly because I'm a huge Lamborghini fan and I love those characters.
Sideswipe and Windsweeper?
Sunstreaker.
Sunstreaker, there we go.
And there was a third one, Red Alert, I think.
Yeah, Red Alert.
Yeah. So love those guys. And actually the Starscream is pretty badass from the MDLX Starscream is pretty awesome too. So very tempted there. But that would turn into a whole collection. And again, you know, these guys do not scale with Masterpiece either. You know, the designs don't scale, the looks don't scale, you know, so it's definitely like a different collection, you know, something to kind of pay attention to there. And dude, I feel like you're just having fun in your own world over there. Just
I'm listening
away.
And I finally got him into airplane mode.
Let's show it. Let's show it.
I gotta get the weapons.
Uh-oh. You gotta fix it, Rao. To make it look good.
I finally got him in airplane mode. I got the wrong... So it comes with 2 sets of blasters, and one of them is not very good for the airplane mode. That's why, obviously, it comes with 2 sets. But, yeah. I think it looks good.
Cool.
I don't like the gaping hole right here.
That's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. But, I mean, for what it is, I mean, it's a toy, man. I mean,
yeah.
You can stick your finger in there and fly it around. But I love jets, man. Like, that's fighter jets. I have die-cast fighter jets. I have a F-14, an F-15, F-16, and F-18. Die-cast figures or die-cast models from when I was a kid. And that is probably one of the only, like, crazy things I have from my childhood. That I absolutely love those, and I never got rid of them.
Yeah, that's cool. So let's go back to carrying here. Okay, so collecting methods. If we go back to slide 1, so I was talking about Joy Toy earlier, and I did a little bit of some trading to get. I purchased the first one secondhand from Dustin.
I was gonna say you got that from Dustin.
Yeah, and that was my kind of try it out area. I had already gone down the rest of the considerations here, and so I had that in mind when we went out to look at that collection.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I am very much still in the try it out and analyze phase. So I want to talk specifically about this big chungus that I'm going to put on screen here in just a second. So this kind of qualifies as new hotness. but it's also very much on topic. So this thing is awesome. He's obviously huge, but this is the way that a mech should be done in terms of, if you check this out, if we flip this little lock up, all of this stuff will open up.
That's cool.
And there is a pilot in there. And that is not only a female, but it is an awesome figure. She's actually got her hand on the controls. Super posable for a 1/18 scale figure. Yeah, this is a nice badass figure here.
And that's the same as this Joy Toy 1/18 scale.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. We fold this all back up, kind of lock that down.
Yeah, see, that Joy Toy stuff is like, I tried a couple and I was like, I like them, but they're not for me.
Yeah, so
just because it's not my scale, really, for modern.
Yeah.
Military.
This is definitely kind of where I'm having that bit of a problem. Like, I think this is super cool.
It's a big stompy robot.
What's that?
It's a big stompy robot, and you love it.
It is. It is a big stompy robot. What's nice about it is, depending upon the angle, you should be able to see that there is fully die-cast endoskeleton here.
That's cool.
So there's armor plates sitting on the die-cast joints, which is something that I love from like Mosho Toys and some of those others that I do. And it's very posable. He's got, he's even got like butterfly joints. The individual joints on the fingers are posable. Like it's perfect from the articulation respect, or nearly perfect anyway, as I knock his gun off. That just kind of clips in there to the side. And that's one of the things that's neat about it, is there's some modularity. So like these things are on just little clips. So you could, if you wanted to, you could probably fit the gun up in there. You've got lots of different options with them. However, this one was interesting because when I got this one, this arm was super loose, like would not hold up. Even if I took the gun out, would not hold his arm up. Oh, wow. And as you can see now, like nothing moves on this. Well, this little flap here, but those are made, to be kind of loose so they get out of the way. But holy shit, the process that I had to go through to get this thing fixed was a huge pain in the ass. I ended up basically disassembling this entire portion, like here and here of the figure. So I reached out to support and they're like, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? And they actually sent me a video on how to do it. And what happened was there's a shim that sits inside this arm that was loose, that was not locked into place. And so it makes the arm go out this way and tighten up against the joint, right? Holy shit, dude. I had to okay, this is the joint right here. I had to open this up and I had to, let's see, take.
You had to do action figure surgery.
I had to do action figure surgery. I had to take this piece all the way off, pull these out of the way, pull this white piece here off. Then I had to prop this on a table, take a spike and hammer the dowel that's in here out. And then I could get the arm off. And then I had to get the shim in the inside of here, fully inserted.
No.
And then go and reverse the whole thing. And I did it, and I'll be honest, their support was good. Like, they gave me a freaking video on how to do all that stuff. But it was like, holy shit, guys. I just spent like $140 on this.
Send me another one.
Maybe.
I'll send you this one back. You send me another one. Right. And I don't have to do all this extra work.
Right.
You do the extra work.
It's not my fault. I did not break it. It showed up this way. So I'm kind of iffy on, the support. I did get it direct from Joy Toy. I think if I would have gotten it from any place else, I wouldn't have gotten that firsthand support. I would have just got, here's an exchange or something,
Right.
So, I don't know. I don't know whether I would go and get them direct from Joy Toy again or not. I mean, they were responsive. Like I said, it was awesome of them to actually send me a freaking video on how to do it myself.
Yeah.
But it makes sense for them to do that because they saved all that money and time.
Yeah.
But it is a damn cool figure. Needless to say, I'm still in the loop, but I think I'm slowing down, and I think I'm to the point where it's kind of like, I don't know. I might pick one up here and there if they really strike my fancy, but I'm not like going all in.
Right.
But again, dude, this thing is bigger than the Cobra Claw, or not Claw, the Cobra armor. And this, like, so that was what, $80? This is 140. It has die-cast paint, detail. It hosts a figure inside of it. This is what a mech should freaking be. There is no reason why this couldn't have been 12th scale and Hasbro produced. Except for the fact that, like I talked about earlier, Hasbro has all of that corporate, bloat sitting on top of it, and shareholders to answer to. That means that they have to get 80% profit out of every figure that they sell.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think this is really cool. I haven't heard Bobby Valla talk about doing mechs for a while, but this is what he needs to be looking at.
Yeah,
absolutely. Without a question, this is what people want in a mech. Just saying.
Bobby's doing pirates.
Yeah, he's doing pirate operators. So anyway, stands like a freaking beast. I mean, because again, perfect articulation. It weighs a ton because of the fact that it's die cast. But what's interesting is this is very similar to the Cobra armor that I was just talking about. It doesn't open up, but there is a little dude in there, or the head of a little dude. And I think in terms of design, this is awesome.
That's pretty cool.
And this was another one that I got for a good deal in my kind of, searching and goofing around. He's even got some, thrusters on his backpack there. He's got an extra gun that's pretty cool. It's a killer figure, man.
That looks like it would fit in with the Acid Rain stuff that's coming out. And I saw Winford went to Titan's Toy, and I think he won one of those. Yeah, he won one of those. So
jealous.
Congrats to him, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I saw him on Figure Fight Club. He's messing with the Acid Rain figure. I was like, man, those look awesome. I can't wait to get those.
Yeah, I ordered 2 freaking sets. They are supposed to release in November is when they're supposed to ship. Cannot wait to get them. I've actually tried to reach out to Kit Lau and see if he'll come on the show. Haven't gotten any response. I don't even know if he speaks English, so that might be difficult. But
then we get the chosen prom guy that we talked to at Joe Fest.
Yeah. I don't know if that's as cool. He's not the artist, but
yeah, true.
Anyway, yeah, man. I like the Joy Toy stuff. I just don't think I'm going, super deep. Yeah, I think you got the best of them too.
Yeah, man, you did. The skull one is awesome.
Yeah, they look killer. I've seen D Amazing did a review. I think he missed some stuff in his review that I've seen in other videos. But man, I can't wait. Those things look awesome.
Yeah.
I hope
Skeletron's coming too, man. Those are, give me those Skeletrons, man.
So
I'm
stoked.
excited for those.
So stoked.
Lots of cool things.
Yep, I've got some dinosaurs on the way.
Yep.
Dinosaurs showing up tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to check my tracking because mine's shipped. I don't know if they're going to be here tomorrow, but that would be cool.
Yeah, super stoked for that. So anyway, dude, I think we've, man, I don't know. Does anybody in chat have anything to add in terms of, their collecting style? Are you more of a Trey, or are you more of a Toyomic, or are you more of a Tyraxis? Or are you somewhere in the middle? I know that I have,
And do you call Soundwave Shockwave just because you're tired? I mean,
do you forget the name of the Matrix of Leadership?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. It is a thing. It happens. We're live, man. That's the way it works, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So once again,
I'll be over here enjoying my Transformers.
I want to shout out Trey for...
Oh, shit! I'm a dangerous man with some money in my pocket. Keep up!
Yeah. And I'll just say this.
There you go. Good stuff. Well, everybody, I hope you had fun tonight. Maybe learned some things here or there. Trey was cool enough to do some like actual research and got some slides together. So
That was
appreciate
fun,
you.
man. I learned a lot doing that. It was good stuff, and yeah, it was good stuff.
There you go. It's kind of in the middle. Research some stuff and just dive in on other things. I get it. I totally do. I am definitely, on the high end of the complexity, but my wife says I do. I have analysis paralysis. Quite frequently, it takes me a very long time to make decisions, even little decisions. So.
Not me. If I find something, I use logic. I make a decision. I go for it.
Yeah.
And maybe it's the wrong decision, but it's a decision. So.
Well, I will say that I've got some extra time off coming up over the next 2 months here.
Nice.
And I might try to get a video out, something like that. A little something here and there. So be on the lookout for it. Troy says he's the anti-Alan.
Anti-Alan. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Reverse Alan.
Yeah. The shattered glass Alan.
Yeah.
On theme there. But with that, I think we're going to call it. Keep an eye out for maybe a video to pop up.
One last thing
Uh-oh.
before you roll the final footage.
Autobots, transform and roll out. Autobot.
Y'all have a good one.
I'm going to transform and roll out.
Yep.
Later.
Yeah, we were on a mission, got my crew at my side. Scouring the shells, we're down for the ride. Plastic warriors all lined up tight. From the comic shop counters to the late night site. It's the thrill of the hunt, gotta make it mine. I'm out here searching, yeah, taking my time. I'll flip every aisle, don't care what it takes. For that rare chase piece, I'm raising the stakes. Action figure alliance, yeah, we're bringing the noise. Rolling deep, rolling heavy with my action toys. Collectors unite, we're breaking the chains. Plastic in hand, we're playing no games. From legends to villains, yeah, I got 'em all. Stacked up high, every hero, every